That's a nice little shot. Oh, there's a big pulsar. G'day Internet, and welcome to another beautiful afternoon, Sunday 3 p.m. here in southeast Queensland, and I'm on the Scenic Rim chasing more weather. Big storm system behind me there, that's over in New South Wales. It's blowing up. A couple more to the north, and what I'm concentrating on is the one to the southwest of me right now. I'm hoping that that will form into something and pretty much come straight across to me. Should be a fun afternoon. I'm shooting with the new DJI Osmo Action 6 as well. Have a bit of a play with that and see if we can get some cool footage with it for you guys to enjoy and share some tips and tricks as I normally do. But for now, I'm going to sit here, just keep an eye on these skies. There's another section popping there. Everything's saying that there's going to be something coming through. It's feeling very hot, so I'm excited. I think we're going to get something. So this is the one I'm really interested in. You can see the top up here is really starting to go, and that's the section that's climbing. So hopefully this can get into some serious strength. The wind is definitely flowing in towards it, and if it comes off the range here, a lot of the time they turn north and head up this way, which makes for wonderful chasing. The biggest thing I need to be careful of here is being too close to this system. Interesting shooting into the sun. It's going to get a nice establishing shot here. It's looking really good. Tried to kick a little bit earlier, which is that initial puff there, and just didn't get the strength, but now definitely wants to do something. All right, I'm just set up here to take a kind of an establishing shot for the storm chase today, just as the system's trying to form and build into something strong. I've got the camera set up. I'm at about 35mm, so a bit zoomed in. I've got my 24-70 on. I'm at f11 just to get some good depth of field, ISO 100, and I'm in aperture priority, just letting the shutter go where it is, where it needs to be. Just slightly underexposed, a third of the stop. Still blowing out the highlights up in the top right there. Very hard to control. So what I'm going to do is take a bracket of exposures. One shot, 2 stops under, one shot, 2 stops over, and one right in the middle for the exposure I've set. That way I've got some room to play in post. I could do a bit of HDR work or just blend in some of those highlight details back if I need to. So we'll just grab those. Beautiful. Yeah, it's building, but it's not gathering its strength yet. I'm not feeling it quite yet, but I think I heard a bit of a rumble before, and if this sun gets behind that cloud, I then should be at least be able to put the lightning trigger on, get a bit of contrast in, and maybe try for a lightning shot with a bit of luck. I can also see it is building in where the bright section of cloud is there. There's another section building there. I know by radar that's a bit further west. Just want something to come off the range here. So this is the Great Dividing Range here in the Scenic Rim of Queensland. They call it the Scenic Rim because the range actually forms a bit of a rim to the west and to the south. Over the south side is into New South Wales, into the next state. So that we're right on the border here in Queensland. This is our storm alley. This is our wonderful place that we can chase. The wind is inflowing beautifully to this, so it should be taking some of that afternoon moisture, hopefully into this and just spurring it on. All right, we'll see what happens, see if we can get something out of this. All right, so this is one bit of kit that I like to use when I'm trying to get some daylight lightning. So this is a polarizing filter with a variable ND, so I can adjust exposure and polarize if I want. It also gives a bit of extra exposure control. Handy as the light changes, because then you can just adjust the brightness of this without having to adjust your camera settings. Helps me keep the shutter speed within the range that works for lightning triggers. My lightning trigger of choice is the Strike Finder 2. Works amazingly well and very simple to set up. You buy the appropriate cable for your camera, runs on a 9-volt battery, and I find a battery lasts me pretty much a season. And then I'm adjusting the ND to give me about 1/10 of a second, f11, ISO 100. I haven't heard any more lightning, I haven't seen any lightning, but you never know. If you get that one bolt at the initial kind of building of the storm, happens very often here. At least I'm set up for it, as long as that sun stays behind the top of that cloud. Worth a try anyway. Alright, so it looks like that system is not getting the punch to go. Even on radar, the core of it just died after it dropped a few bolts up the range. So I'm going to preempt this line of weather and head back north a bit, because the weather seems to be kind of at the range, but it doesn't have any punch, which I'm thinking means if it meets the moisture that's down here, because trust me, it's humid at the moment, I'm sweating. If it meets the moisture down here, then it could go again. But if it does, I'll be right underneath it. I'll be in the wrong spot. So I'm going to hop north a bit, maybe 20 minutes, take a bit of a scenic route through the farms and stuff just to have a look. Set up there again to see if something does come of this. That way I'm ahead of it. I've done it a few times this season where I get stuck in the middle of it, as you'll see in some of my previous videos, and I am trying to avoid doing that today. I really want to get some nice photos, ideally some nice lightning. It's 4:30 now, getting closer to sunset, which I think is about 6. I think there's still a chance something's going to go. It's not happening yet. Whether it just means we're too capped or there's not enough energy or the heat wasn't high enough, we'll have to see. If something goes after dark, even better, because I really need my lightning fix at the moment. Haven't had a lot lately. Anyway, we'll shift north, keep going. Everything's been ultra difficult today. That one I've been watching and watching and watching is just keeps losing strength. Does not have the energy to keep going over the range, and there's a big height difference there, which makes it very tricky. For weather needs a bit of strength, I find, to push over it. So you can shoot this over nice little water here. This is Kent's Lagoon, northern part of it. Just going to shoot handheld, frame up a bit of the water. I'll have to do some cloning. There's a wire across here and the barrel and stuff. I'm not adverse to removing things out. In fact, I can frame up without it. So that's good. Saves me some post-production. That's a nice little shot. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to trigger into anything. That's very high base. Core is right up in it, and it's just raining. It's already dropping its guts. Yeah, I think maybe everything's a bit too early. Sea breeze is here. I can feel it. Like you can see the water's rippling towards me, so that's coming from the northeast and feeding into this. So that's carrying the moisture to the storms, which should be triggering them. Not enough heat, and it's just not getting the lift. Could be the issue. I mean, a storm did come through very early this morning at like 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. and that could have stabilized the atmosphere as well. And I'm getting the feeling that's kind of what it's done. Where it's gone through, there's nothing happening. Where it didn't go through, there's lots of storms. So it could be that this needs a bit of time to destabilize again. Tomorrow is supposed to be a huge day. Unfortunately, I'll be doing a funny thing called earning an income. I have to work, so I don't know if I'm going to get anything after work. Anyway, how cool is a Jimny for chasing storms? I'm sorry you Americans don't get this vehicle. Best little four-wheel drive in the world. Proper transfer case, proper low range. Love the damn thing. Yeah, these are dying very quickly on radar. They just form up, disappear, form up, disappear. They haven't got the energy, or the instability's not there to give the lift that these things need. I think the very early storms that rocked through about 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. this morning have stabilised the atmosphere somewhat, which is unfortunate. I'm just going to keep hopping north and checking things out. And that way I'm just sort of slowly making my way towards home. If something goes, I'm still out, I can still get it. If something doesn't, it's not that far to head back home. All right, we'll get to the next spot, probably 15-minute north to Harrisville, and see what it looks like from there. Well, that didn't last very long at all. It pretty much died within 5 minutes of that last stop. I can see big ones to the south, but they are hours and hours away. So I think the plan is head home, grab some dinner, say hi to the daughter, see if something comes through later tonight, try and get some lightning around home. That'd be pretty cool. Wow, this is crazy. So this system has come up over the border in the last few hours. It has gone very big, but it's just gone incredibly lightning active. Oh, that was a massive CG there, down out of the top. I'm using the lightning trigger even though it's night time, just to kind of reduce the amount of photos I'm taking. I need to check the exposure on that to make sure that I'm not blowing out the lightning. I'm just trying to concentrate on the leading edge a little bit. But that was huge. And yeah, blown it out. So I need to step down to, let's try 7.1. All right, I'm shooting about 8-second exposures, ISO 100. I've got the Action 4 running as a time lapse on this as well. Hasn't been too many visible CGs. I'll just back up a little bit, just so you can sort of see the overall view of it. But it is massive. It's going from there across to there. That's the core. But yeah, it's blitzing. It looks amazing. Oh, there's a big pulsar. Big bolt coming down. Not getting too many of those. They're kind of firing off every minute or so. But enough of them that just looks absolutely outstanding. Kind of wonder if I should... Oh no, my camera's pretty good where it is. I might set my camera up here actually. It's a bit higher, a bit clearer. Why don't we do that? Having a tripod where you can go very high is always good. Let's lock that in. I need to get my framing right again. Just the very minimum ground. Oh, there's just so much structure in that at the moment. That's amazing. Anyway, keep shooting. We'll get some photos. Wow. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this latest video. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content. I'm very excited to announce that DXO contacted me and have partnered up to give me a discount code for all of their software. Currently they're running their Black Friday sales, so if you use the discount code Murray Fox in the DXO shop, link in the description below, you will get 5% off further the current Black Friday sales, and then once the Black Friday's over, you'll get 15% off with that code Murray Fox. I'm really thankful to DXO for the offer, and until next time, stay safe.